morning, everybody. This is Jean here. Today, not necessarily a tutorial. No, excuse me. But maybe a tutorial. And let me explain something. I don't know if the last video that you saw of me making my microwave bowl, I said I was working on something. I was working on a project of making a quilt with just one block. A very simple block. This is the block I want to show you. This is a 9-patch block, okay? Now I've tried to embark on showing you folks how to make this block. It's the simplest block you'd ever want to make. And I have about a half hour's worth of video, all different steps of how to make this block. And that's why I was in a mess. I was in a mess, and I thought, I'm not going to show you that video. This is what I alluded to in my previous video, like I may, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to waste my time editing these videos to show you how to make this block. Even I was like, enough, Jean, enough. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm trying to explain this block, and it's a 9-patch, okay? Can we see that? This is just a simple 9-patch block. It has a center square, and then 2 side pieces, and then you attach the next unit here, and the bottom unit here. It's called a 9-patch. The beauty of this quilt that I want to show you is you just make 2 9-patch blocks. But can you see the colorway? It's just 2 different colorways. And then you put the blocks together. But as I was explaining in my video this silly little block, I was calling this sashing and cornerstones, and it wasn't. It wasn't. And I'm thinking, I guess I'm here like this is a confession. Like, sometimes I really stink, and I cannot get my words out, and I cannot explain. But I can't explain my thought process. That's why I was saying I'm not a teacher, but you're learning. I know that you're learning something, but I just screwed up so bad. So I thought, well, I'm not going to do a tutorial as such. I may throw up one of the videos that I had, because I thought as I was going along it was okay, and then I went back to watch it. I'm all over the place. I'm trying to show you how I cut fabric. I thought, I'll be real clever, and I'll start a quilt from start to finish. And you're interested. You want to know how to do this. Anyway, this is and then I messed it up so bad. I messed it up. I'm trying to figure out yardage, and I messed it up. And then, and then along the way, I thought, I didn't know how big these were going to turn out. And there's a science to it. If you cut, this is a 6-inch square. These are 2.5-inch pieces here, cut. And I made there's 63 blocks. Look at this. I made 63. I made 31 or 32 of this block, and 31 or 32 of that block. And I don't know where I got that measurement, because I'm making this quilt, and here's my quilt that I've started. It's 7 rows across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows across, and I'm going to do it 9 rows down. And I've only gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So I'm going to add another 4 rows down for this quilt. But then I'm thinking, well, I want to put a border on this quilt. So, or not. My mind, this is how my mind works. So I went into my fabric stash, honestly, and I found this fabric. Isn't that pretty? It's like a real pretty hearts. It's a real pretty heart fabric, red and white heart. So then I thought, well, I'll do like 5-inch borders. It's going to be a really big quilt. And I don't necessarily make really big quilts. Maybe I will finish this because it's pretty. And I just wanted to show you folks out there, when I began this process of how one block can make a very pretty quilt. Do you like that? It's pretty. I mean, I liked it, but when I was trying to describe it, and again, this morning, I'm a little bit all over the place. So what happened was I was trying to explain the chain piecing method. And if you understand, when you chain piece, it's a process. Like you cut out 63 of them, and then you cut out, then you sew 63 of this unit on one side, all the way down. Then you come back and you sew 63 of that white unit on that side, all the way back. Then you want to create this unit here. You want to create this unit here in the two different colorways, the white and the green and the red. And so you chain piece that piece, 63 of them all the way down, and then 63 of them all the way down. And then you have to repeat that. So you have to repeat it again, 63 of them all the way down, 63 of them all the way down. I'm trying to explain that and show it. I went on and on and on and on and on and on. So it was a mess. So I'm not going to show you that. I'm going to show you the one part. It's cute. Well, I had my granddaughters here, I was saying. But what I would like to just get over to you today, if this is a mini tutorial or not, is how effective one 9-patch block can make up in just 2 different colorways. I'm calling them white and green. White, green, white, green, just alternated. I just think this is a sweet, pretty quilt. Now again, I've made 63 of these blocks. I have all these blocks left, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it that big. I really am not. I may, or I may not. But I've cut. Oh, that's a can opener. I've cut out. Oh wait, what did I want to do? I've cut out. Well, it's my can opener. I've cut out all this fabric because it was a lot of fabric. Maybe you're saying, "Oh, I want to make this quilt. This will end up a queen-size quilt." And I don't know if as beginners or not, you want to make a queen-size quilt, because this will be a nice size quilt with 63 blocks, which finished at 9.5 inches. Okay, maybe you just want to start small, making a 9-patch. I won't insult your intelligence, maybe, by showing you how to construct a 9-patch. I think by now, maybe you get it. As I was saying, you start out with your middle block. It is 9 pieces. This block, I wanted this tutorial to be so professional. I used about 2 yards I did use 2 yards of this fabric here. And then I think to cut the 63 6-inch blocks, I used 2 yards. And then I think, I just got my new top. I like it, and it has stuff all over it. Then I got this white fabric for these blocks, for these pieces of the block. I think I got 2 yards of fabric, because you're cutting an awful lot of 2.5-inch strips, and then you're subcutting them into 6-inch strips. You got that? 2.5 by 6 inch, a whole bunch of them. Again, I'm so sorry. This is what I do. I think I'm apologizing today. I know I don't have to. I know I don't have to apologize. A lot of you like my teaching method. Why ever, I don't realize. Because if the end result is really nice, I can make really nice quilts. But somebody who has challenges like me, I have such a difficult time trying to explain it to normal people like you. Right now, I'm not going to be doing a tutorial as such, because my video was showing chain piecing like at the wazoo. I think you know how to chain piece by now. I was trying to show you how I cut. I did cut my fabric. I cut my fabric all wonky, so I was trying to show you how I cut. So I'm going to give you the people the credit for being intelligent beings and knowing how to cut out 6-inch squares. You know, maybe if you're a beginner, maybe you can go on another tutorial and see how you cut out 6-inch squares. Because I was trying to explain it, and I'm thinking you're confusing them even more. And this whole thing, I'm probably confusing you. Like, what is she doing this morning? I don't know. I don't know. It's sometimes very difficult being me and my brain. But anyway, I made 63 of these blocks over the weekend and over the last few days, and I guess I'll put them together because I have all these blocks left over. But as I said, I didn't necessarily want to make a queen size quilt, and that's my math. That's my math. Oh, I'll have 7 rows across and 9 rows down. You know how that I always do that? That's my, you know, with quilting you work in blocks and those ingredients for your recipe. And I'm thinking that's a heck of a big quilt. And I don't know. I might make that big quilt. So it's pretty. It's pretty. But anyway, that's my little video for the day. And I'm like I said, I might put it together. And again, you may or may not see this. I have all this footage of me making this quilt, and it's a mess. So anyway, if you want to make a really pretty 9-patch block, and in 2 different colorways, put them together, and you get a very effective, very pretty pattern. So that's it, folks. No tutorial as such. That's my little thing for the day. Oh, all these things. Yeah, that's my little thing for today. So anyway, thank you so much for bearing with me and for watching me muddle through. The end result's pretty, but we'll get there in the end, folks. You're all better quilters than me. I just mess up so much, but I value your input. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye. I actually went back to my videos to see if there's anything that makes a bit of sense, and there is a bit where I'm actually, oh my hair, that I'm actually chain piecing. Oh, my hair's all over the place. I'm actually chain piecing my block. So I'll include that because I think that's interesting. Learning how to chain piece. I've cut everything, but again, you must forgive me. I keep calling these pieces here cornerstones. A cornerstone is when there's a sashing, which is a long piece to collect of fabric to connect your blocks. This isn't a cornerstone as such. This is a 9-patch block. I was calling these little squares cornerstones, and they're not. So again, thank you for bearing with me and seeing how I make my quilt. Yeah. Oh, did you notice? I've come to my other side of my sewing room. I thought I'd change it up for you a bit. This is so I'm sure you're going, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff to look at. Yeah, this is the other side of my sewing room. I got bored, so I thought, well, I'll come on this side of my sewing room today. Anyway, folks, have a lovely day. It's raining here in Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's not very nice out. I have to do some laundry. I'm sure you could care less, but like my kids have no underwear, so I have to do laundry. But I'd rather be sewing, as I'm sure all of you would rather be sewing. Don't we love to sew? I think life is hard, and to have a hobby is just such an oh, I shouldn't do that. It's such a nice thing to indulge in our hobbies, to take time and our energy into something fairly mindless and not mindless in worthless, but mindless in taking us away from life. I think that's why we all have a hobby, whatever it may be. I love people with hobbies. I love people who have passion, who, whatever that may be, whether it be motorcycles or gardening or cooking or painting or reading, if people, anything. Or if people have a passion, I like that. I like people who have passion. Anyway, I'm waffling on and on with my tutorial, my mini tutorial. That's what I'm going to call it. Today we're doing a mini tutorial on how to chain piece and how to make a fool of myself. All right, folks, bye. I've cut all my blocks. As you see, I've cut my 2.5-inch squares of this set cornerstone. I've cut my 2.5-inch squares of this cornerstone. But right now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be chain piecing half of my blocks. So what I've done is I have 2 piles. Now I cut 63, I cut 64, 65. I do a few extra just to be sure. So I think I had 32 and 32 blocks. So I've just taken half of them. If I have a few extra, that's how you make extra blocks, just to err on the cautious side. So what I've done is, you know, I set up my pile here, half of the blocks. I've set up this pile here because this block is being chained with the white border and the green sash and the green cornerstone. So this is going to be set up. This is this block here. And I'm going to be doing 32 of these. So right now, all I'm doing is I'm going to chain piece this along here. Now, I think we've done this enough times. I'm going to chain piece this along here, 32 of them. I'm going to then turn it, and then with my white, I'm going to come along here and chain piece along this piece here. Then we're going to press these open, and then I'll show you how I'm going to sew to one piece, the top. I'm going to sew a piece there, a cornerstone there, and a cornerstone there. We're going to do that twice, and there's our block finished. So it's really quite simple. 2 blocks. As of this point now, I'm thinking, as you see, I don't know how this is going to transpire. Hopefully it turns out nice and you'll even see this video. I don't know if I'm going to put a border on it. I've run out of this fabric. And I don't even know if I'm going to put a border on it, but if you'll have seen the quilt, so it's exciting to see what I do, because I don't have a clue. But right now we're just concentrating on making 32 blocks that right now, hopefully you've got it, that I'm going to be chain piecing. So I'm going to do this side down here with this pile, half of them, turn it around, do this side here on half of them, having cut the chains apart, and then I'll show you how we do that bit with the cornerstones. Sophia, what you doing, Sophia? You're ironing my blocks. Oh, you clever girl. There's my Sophia. Oh, that one's not been made yet. Hold up. There you go. Is that one? Yep, there's one too. Okay. So we've chain stitched these. And Sophia is, what are you doing?
I'm
setting the seams. Clever girl. That's right. Setting the seams. And then how are you going to do it? You're going to, careful with your fingers, you're going to roll up. You're going to roll that
Nana, this was my
that
book.
way.
This was my book.
And then, hello babies. And then you're going to roll the other one. There you go. There you go. Clever girl. This is my granddaughter, Sophia, who's helping me in the sewing room. Come here, babies. Come here. Say hello. Say hello to my YouTube friends.
Hi.
Say hello. This is Rio. This is Phoebe. These are my two of our 12 grandchildren. All right, love you girls. Say bye.
Bye.